As we got into Sparkling Lake, dark clouds quickly moved in, as well as thunder and lightning, so we decided to head to an island campsite. Alright, I guess we should get to the island, eh? We just got to the island site just in time. The wind just picked up like crazy and the rain's coming down like crazy as well too. You can see here, just coming right down. We would have got caught in this, would have been hard to paddle through this. But there's lightning and thunder, so I'm just gonna hunker down. Just trying to check to see if there's some more secluded spot to camp. Seeing that it's exposed over there a little bit. A lot to
Two. And a bunch of spare toilet rolls.
Okay. Won't have to worry about that. So I think it's not really a camping spot here.
Huh?
I don't think it's really much of a camping spot. Woo! Got off just in time.
I guess the seals are bait for today's travel.
Yep. We had plans to go a little further, but not anymore. We quickly set up the bug shelter to wait out the storm, and thankfully it broke soon after into a light rain. It was then decided we would stay here as it was actually a nice campsite. Did I mention it also had 2 crappers? So see this blue jacket? You're going to see blue in this walleye. So as Ben's filleting this his biggest walleye to date, and the unique blue one, you can see here, even on this other skin, the dye. I mean, I don't even know what you call it dye, but just the coloring is blue. Even the scale has a blue tinge to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy that, look, see? Look here, that is blue right there. This is going to be one big fillet. Okay, I'll let Ben get to it. Sorry again for the missed audio in a few of these clips. Here I was explaining how we came upon oil and some unexpected goodies. We had started to worry about our stock of oil for the trip, as we found we were using it up much faster than we expected, so we conjured up ideas on how to obtain more. This would primarily be through finding an outfitter or fisherman. However, we didn't expect our encounter with Kurt earlier in the day would be the ticket. Before we parted ways, since Kurt was leaving the next morning, we asked if he would be willing to sell us his remaining oil. He didn't want any money and was more than willing to give it to us after taking it just enough for supper. But even more, he gave us fresh potatoes and an onion from his garden. As you can imagine, we were blown away by his kindness and grateful to his generosity. What luck! We knew we'd eat like kings that night. I think you can clearly say that we've got a little too much pickerel fillets. This is like a lot, and there's still more coming. And here, of course, is our potato. We decided that we're going to probably keep two for another night, just because there's just so much. I'm going to cut up some onion rings as well, too. So we're just going to parboil the potatoes so that they don't take very long to cook in the oil, because we just don't want to spend that much time deep frying them. We like to dust as much fish crisp on our fillets to give a nice crisp coating. Then with the remaining fish crisp, I dusted the onion rings. Then it was time to fry up the potatoes. We found that parboiling didn't really help that much. After a lot of time prepping and cooking, this is what came of it. The biggest reward, of course, was eating it, thanks in big part to Kurt. The potato and fish fillets, as expected, were amazing, but surprisingly, the onion rings tasted the best. With the heartiest of meals in our stomachs, we enjoyed a nice sunset before turning in for the night. The bugs are insane on this trip. I mean, not on this trip, on this day at this campsite. And I'm gonna dress up because I gotta go take a dump, and the mosquitoes are just bad here. So if you look at the screen here, there's like 10 tons of mosquito carcasses that we killed, and there's like we're about to head off from our beautiful campsite, which we got to here last night. It was really nice, and it actually wasn't too dirty, but we've come upon bug Armageddon here. You can see a bunch of them here on Ben's back. This is not nearly as bad as before, but this is the reason why we're wearing our bug shirts, because we hadn't been wearing them for the first 5 days of this trip, and I think we're coming on to the bugs, either if it's just this area or if it's just going to get worse to the area we're going. We're not sure. We're just hoping it's a temporary thing, but we thought we were so lucky. Not so lucky now. There was like hordes and clouds of mosquitoes here last night around the bug shelter, around the tent, and we got our fair share of bites already. So anyhow, we'll see how the rest of the trip goes, and just an overcast and cool day, which is good to wear the bug shirts. But as you can see, it's just gray. Again, it looks like there might be some rain coming in the later in the day, if not sooner. But we'll see how it goes. Well, we're definitely not done with the rain. Ben had the intuition to look back and saw a cloud of rain coming our way, so we thankfully had our rain gear at the top of the barrel, and we quickly dressed up. So it looks like we're gonna get a little wet. At least we got our rain gear on. So this section we're supposed to do a easy line up on the North Shore, but we're pretty sure the water levels are pretty high here, because this is a good strong current going down. We're just trying to fight the vegetation to line up here. Ready?
Yep, just push out the bow and...
Okay, hold on. We didn't come out totally unscathed. Ben's got his left foot wet. I got my right foot wet, but we got through it. A little messy. Got muck all over the place, but yeah, it's definitely not a low water year. We think it's like mid to high based on everything that we've been experiencing and comparing to the map. But that means going down the Kopka should be pretty good. So we come to our first portage of the day, and we just bypassed one rapid. It's something like 80 meters, but I follow the trail because it continues on. And there's a comp section here, but there's another rapid up there, and I guess people, rather than having to load and unload, rather just portage out one shot. But it's beautiful here. You can see the moss, well, down trees everywhere. But you can definitely see the well-groomed trail, so people didn't have to, get out of the canoe and portage again. So I'm gonna go back. I think we're gonna go put in and then paddle up to the next rapid. But it's a beautiful spot. Looks like an old portage sign. Cool. It's got even moss on it. Old man's beard. So we just finished our second portage. It was 225 meters. It's hot. It's muggy. But check this out. It's a cool portage sign, an old one. That's obviously fallen. The tree's long since been dead. It almost looks like the other half of the sign is missing. But anyhow, that's pretty cool. I've seen this one before somewhere, like on another lost route as well too. So it's not the first time I'm seeing this. Of course, we tried fishing below a few of the rapids we portaged around, but didn't have any luck. Even though the blueberries are not totally ripe, there are some bushes that definitely have them plump and big. I can only imagine what this place would be like if it was all ripe at this point. But as the trip goes on, I'm sure there'll be more and more ripening up. So I'll certainly enjoy this mouthful right now. A mouthful of blueberry yumminess. That's so good. So we don't know what this film is on the surface here, but it's kind of like a...
Looks like it's like that flake, gold flakes.
Gold flakes. We saw it from across the other side of the river, and we thought it was sand. Looked like sand underneath. We thought it was like the bright sand, which we've been searching for the whole trip, but haven't been able to find. But so you can see sand. There's sand over there, but this isn't. So I don't know what this is. Quite often things like this would be pollen, but this is late in the season for plants to be releasing pollen. You can still see some over there. All right, we got this rapid to go up, which they said, what did they say? Just check before lining?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be lining this one. We'll see. Nope. So we're just on an island site on Kishishibog River. I think we're saying it right. And of course there's a rough campsite here. So Ben's gonna fillet
Frankie the second.
the second walleye. And we're gonna have our lunch here. Beautiful spot, and the sun just came out, so it's really, really pretty. Our only intention for this island was to just have lunch. But because it was such a great site and the weather was perfect, we decided to end the day early and make it a wash day. After washing our clothes and ourselves, we enjoyed the rest of the day relaxing on our little island oasis. So it's supper time on day 6, and we decided that seeing that it's a beautiful day, we decided that we're going to cook outside and use the ample supply of firewood and cook over the fire. As you can see, Ben's working hard, frying up with fish crisp. It looks great. So here's some fish crisp, pickerel with fish crisp done nicely. I even doused the fish crisp. We had some extra, so I dusted it on some potato that we cut up into slices so that we can kind of have French fries. So we're going to try that out and see how that works. But we've got more potato and onion rings, which we're just going to fry up as well to add to the meal. Wow! Look at how brown that is. That looks absolutely delicious. So we've also got some lemon over there in that Fairshare mug, and I'm going to cook up just a small little dish of pasta just on the side. Just some more carbs, like we need more, right? Look at that fish. Wow. So, as you can imagine, we're going to eat very well tonight.
Again.
Again. It's we started eating fish from the first night, and because we've been on a roll, we kind of have this little hope that throughout the duration of the trip, we should hopefully we could eat pickerel every night. And so far, 6 for 6, right?
Yep.
But we still have something like 9
days,
9
10 days
still to go. So still a lot of work involved to fish and every day and catch it. So let's see how it goes.
We did learn a couple things though.
What's that?
You need a sharp knife.
A lot of oil.
A lot of oil.
And a lot of fish grizz.
Yeah, sharp knife. We sharpened it last night and it helped a lot.
Yeah. So here is dinner. Actually, it's one of the best dinners we've had. You got pickerel fillets, you got French fries, battered with fish crisp as well as the pickerel, and onion rings. They look a little rough, but they taste absolutely delicious. And look, we're on an island and we got the sun setting right in front of us. Like, I mean, this is like a killer view. Ben, enjoying it?
I would talk, but my mouth is full. It's really good.
Really good?
No.
This is like one of the special treats of wilderness canoeing and being able to fish and harvest your own food to eat. And not the potatoes, of course, and the onion. Well, we kind of harvested in a weird way by asking another person, but the fish has been turning out to be absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna shut you off so that I can eat this amazing food. Actually, let me try here. So good. Potato. Oh man. Here's the onion. Looks a little rough, but
Divine.
filled with oil, burnt. I mean, slightly burnt. Oh man, it is so good. Okay, excuse me folks, I've got to indulge. To close out the wonderful day, we enjoyed a nice fire as the remaining light slowly left the land. Good morning. This is day, I think, 7? Yeah, day 7. I'm losing track of time. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. No clouds in the sky, slight breeze.
Deep fried pancakes.
What's that?
They're deep fried pancakes.
As you can hear, we're having pancakes for breakfast. So this morning I've become the gatherer. Ben's getting the pancakes ready. And as you can see here, I am collecting blueberries. And we're gonna top the pancakes with blueberries. So I'm just in a patch right now. There's blueberries everywhere. So like I mentioned, I am the gatherer this morning, and I'll feel it in my back. This is age creeping up on me, but I'm gonna gather a lot more blueberries for our pancakes, and we'll enjoy a great breakfast this morning. So good morning, folks, on day 7. Pancakes for breakfast. Of course, I film you when you're making a little dinky one. Guess what we're having for breakfast? For breakfast. Pancakes with blueberries, fresh blueberries. Look at that. That's a stack. There's Ben's portion of his pancakes, because he doesn't eat much for breakfast.
Like a turtle.
The rest is mine. Hey, sure, Ben.
Good amount of syrup.
That's awesome.
put more,
Nice
but you're gonna
job.
lose them.
Yeah, they're all gonna fall off.
Good work collecting them blueberries.
Thank you. Thanks for making the pancakes. Thanks for breakfast.
No problem, David.
Feeding my gut. How's it taste? Good?
Good, yeah.
Good. Loaded with ample calories, we made our way east along the Kashishibag River on an absolutely gorgeous day. Give me a second. It's pretty though. Yeah?
Yep. About today going forward.
So we only paddled not even half an hour, and we got to this absolutely gorgeous, there's like two falls, a series of rapids that surround this island, and literally within a few minutes of casting,
I got first cast.
yeah, he caught our first cast, we got our walleye. So I caught another blue one, and Ben probably caught the biggest walleye of the trip so far. It's probably at least a good 3 pound, 3.5 pounds rare. Look how gorgeous the scenery is. Absolutely beautiful. So we'll be paddling over to Red Sand Lake, where we'll do 500 meters portage to the headwaters of the Kopka. Look how gorgeous that is. What a beautiful day. Okay, we're just on Red Sand Lake. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. We're on Kashishibag Lake. Absolutely gorgeous lake, and it's bigger. I mean, paddling through here, we're like dreaming of coming back and exploring this lake because it's so gorgeous. But anyhow, we are just on the portage. It's a 500-meter portage to Red Sand Lake, and that is where the headwaters of the Kopka will be. So we'll be basically going over, I guess you would call it divide. And so now we'll finally be going downstream. So this will be a new chapter in our trip. Trail is good so far. It's just a few down trees. There's also blueberries everywhere. And this is Red Sand Lake, the headwaters of the Kopka River. So we're just on an island on the big Red Sand Lake. It's time for lunch. So lunches, we've been having wraps. There is cabbage, as you can see the cabbage here, head here. We've got onions, we've got mustard, and we've got aged cheddar that's coming out right now that Ben's gonna bring out and we'll cut up. We also got different assortment of meats. So this one's small, like pepperette sticks. Yeah, we've got jerky and even summer sausage. So these have been a big hit, and they're yummy for lunch. Lots of aged cheddar. Did you say something about meal should have a lot of variety in color. Doesn't it look like it's all kind of the same color? We're gonna have scurvy.
I don't think that's likely to happen. We have 2 whole lemons.
As we paddled down the Kopka River, we witnessed a stunning halo around the sun. We now knew rain was coming at some point in the near future. Okay, it's we got to camp around 5:45. It's a little later day, but mind you, we started late as well too. But the main problem was trying to find a campsite, so we passed our planned destination by a couple kilometers just because we couldn't find anything. But anyhow, we finally found something. As you can see, the tent here, it's up on this rocky mound. We were able to find rocks to secure the tent down, and down there is our bug shelter right by the water. The ground underneath is not exactly the flattest, but enough so that we could probably get a couple of chairs comfortable and get protected from the bugs. The bugs here seems to be kind of on and off. For the most part, we've been having great conditions with bugs. Here, funny enough, we're getting more black flies and deer flies and horse flies, but it's still not horrendous or anything. But we're always worried about the mosquitoes, and we know kind of like the 9 o'clock time is the witching hour when they all come out, so we want to get everything done before then. So what we're going to do is just going to cut some firewood, and we're going to get cooking over the fire and try to get this all done before 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, those are big fillets. So guess what we're having tonight? Pickerel again, yet again. Day 7 of pickerel. And we're gonna mix it up with rice tonight. It's country harvest, country mushroom. It's a sidekick meal. It's a country mushroom dish, but we're gonna add some whole dehydrated mushrooms. We're gonna add a bunch of shredded beef to certainly add some substance to it. And of course, we got additional protein, so there'll be a lot of food tonight. So it'll be delicious, as always. We're just set up here, and we're thinking that the rain's gonna come later on tonight, maybe later on. It clouded over. It was a nice cloudless day, but it's getting really hot and muggy, so we kind of feel like a rain's coming. So hopefully it'll hold off until we have supper, and until we've also had a swim, and then the rain can come. So Ben brought a liter of, was it
1.125 liters.
1.125. It actually is going to make him sound worse because he has indiscriminately been drinking his more than his fair share of alcohol. He's guilty.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
And so, if you notice, we are not at the halfway point, and we are far below 500. Or if it's 1.125, it
But
would
are
be
we below 500?
yeah. It's at 4, like 40 or something. Yeah. So it is. He's guilty of drinking probably more than half of the liquor already. So as you can see here, which almost looks like a urine sample, I'm in charge of dishing out the equivalent amount of about 100 mils to last us. No, 50 mils. For the rest of each day.
It's gonna be hard.
So hold on, how much do you have in there?
About, I think there's around 30.
30.
I think there's around 30.
Okay.
So you start with the 30. Take it.
And make sure, like, he's known to fudge the numbers. Okay, this looks.
It's actually a little bit over 30.
Don't worry, I'll make sure it's under 30 for you.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
It's a big shot.
I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't want you to need a medevac. We don't want a medevac.
How do you guys drink this stuff? All right. Here, you take the second sip.
Okay, well, split. Okay.
Well, he drinks it like mouthwash. He giggles. Okay, that's it for tonight, folks.
Yeah, we gotta conserve it.
Just kind of had a bad situation.